Hello everyone and welcome to Unit 2, Migration, Part 1, page 16 to 18. I'm Miss Rafa and we will be working together. Are you ready? Let's get started. We're still in Module 1, World Issues. In this module, we're going to study the law, migration, recycling resources. Today, we will be studying migration. Why do people leave their countries? Let's see.
Unit 2, Migration.
Let's start with some vocabulary. Abroad, abroad. Deteriorate, deteriorate. To get worse. Emigrate, emigrate. To leave your country, to live in a new country. الاسم منا emigration. Refugee, refugee. A person who has escaped from their own country for political, religious, or economic reasons, or because of a war. Famine, famine. A serious shortage of food leading to great hunger on a large scale. Or you can say starvation, starvation. Industry, industry. Economic activity concerned with raw materials and manufactured goods. Modernization, modernization. The act of making something more modern. Or you can say development, development. High-tech, high-tech. Using the most advanced and developed machines and methods. Tech هي اختصار technology. Tremor, tremor. A slight earthquake. Funded by, funded by. To provide the money to pay for an event, activity, or organization. Vote, vote. Volcano erupt, volcano erupt. Success, success. The achieving of the results wanted or hoped for. A period of great wealth. Evacuate, evacuate. to move people from a dangerous place to somewhere safe. Elderly. Elderly. It means old people. Now let's see the lesson. Residents of Agadir, Morocco, left their city after the earthquake of 1960. Thousands of Irish people left Ireland in the 19th century to find a better life. Many people emigrated to the Arabian Gulf after its economic success. Look at the photographs and discuss these questions. Why do large numbers of people leave their own country and go to live in a foreign country? 3 different reasons are illustrated in the photos. من الصور اللي شفناها من شوي رح نقرر الأجوبة. نقدر نقول natural disasters الكوارث الطبيعية، crop failure فساد المحاصيل، economic success النجاح الاقتصادي. Why do you think many people choose not to migrate to another place? We can say they want to stay where they have grown up. They want to stay with their families. Or they already have a good life. Now, why do people leave their home countries? This article looks at the 3 reasons why people emigrate and gives historical examples. عنا هلأ 3 قصص رح نقرأ عنهم. Let's see. Let's start with the first one. In the early 19th century, the most important economic activity in Ireland was agriculture. But the farmers were poor and they used old-fashioned methods. Because they hid that they could earn 4 times as much abroad, some farmers emigrated. But between 1820 and 1840, the economic situation in Ireland deteriorated, and in 1845, the potato famine began. Disease destroyed 75 of the year's potatoes, the main food for most of the population. During the next 2 years, 350,000 people died of starvation, and there was a huge increase in emigration. By the end of 1854, a quarter of the population of Ireland had left for other parts of the world. Now we have the second story. هلأ في عنا قصة تريستان دا كونا. Let's read. Tristan da Cunha is a small island in the South Atlantic Ocean. In August 1961, earth tremors started and gradually became more frequent. At the beginning of October, the government decided that the island was no longer safe, and the whole population of 268 people was evacuated to a nearby island. A ship picked them up and took them to South Africa. As they passed Tristan da Cunha, they saw the volcano erupt. Later, the people were taken to England, where they stayed for the next 2 years. In 1963, the volcanic activity on the island stopped, and most of the people voted to go back. However, not everyone returned. 14 people had adapted to life in England and decided to stay there, and 5 elderly people had died. There were other changes too. 10 couples from the island had married, and 8 babies had been born. Now let's see the third story. C. The economic success of the 1960s and 1970s saw the Arabian Gulf countries transformed into modern and wealthy states, funded by oil and other precious natural resources such as natural gas. The needs of the oil and construction industries led to a huge demand for skilled workers. Many thousands of people moved to the region to help build high-tech cities all over the Gulf. These workers from many regions of the world were able to find a better life and help with the development of the region. Now let's answer some questions. Before you read the article on page 17, guess and match these words and phrases from A to F with their meanings. في عنا هلأ مطابقة بين الكلمة ومعناها. هذا السؤال كتير مهم، ركزوا عليه. Success. A period of great wealth. Development. The process of modernization. Process in British accent, process in American accent. Deteriorate. To get worse. Emigrate. To leave your country to live in a new country. Famine. A serious shortage of food leading to great hunger on a large scale. Industry. Economic activity concerned with raw materials and manufactured goods. Now, read the article very quickly and match these headings with the correct paths A, B, or C. نحن قرينا 3 مقالات، هلأ رح نختار العنوان المناسب لكل مقال. Economic success. حكينا عن النجاح الاقتصادي بالمقالة الأخيرة. C. Economic necessity. الضرورة الاقتصادية. حكينا عنها بالقصة الأولى لما اللي حكينا عن التدهور الاقتصادي. Natural disaster. كارثة طبيعية. كانت بالقصة الثانية. B. لما حكينا عن البركان. Now, check your understanding. Read the article again and decide whether these statements are true or false. صح أو غلط. Let's see. In the 19th century, over 500,000 people died as a result of the potato famine. False. قلنا مات 350 شخص، هدول ما صاروا النص. The people of Tristan da Cunha were immediately taken from their island to England. False. هن انتقلوا لجزيرة قريبة وبعدين لأفريقيا وبعدين لإنجلترا، إذن لا، مو مباشرة. The people of Tristan da Cunha went home even though there was still volcanic activity. False. وقف النشاط البركاني بعدين رجعوا. The Arabian Gulf countries experienced an economic success requiring large numbers of workers. True. Now, find adjectives from the article that have the opposite meaning to it from A to E. هلأ في عنا صفات رح نلاقي العكس منها ننص. Let's see. Tiny. The opposite is huge. Modern. Old-fashioned. Late. Early. Young. Elderly. Rare. Frequent. Now, what do the words in bold in the text above refer to? في عنا ضمير معين لازم نعرف هذا الضمير على أي كلمة بيعود. For example, في عنا كلمة they اللي معناها هم بالجملة التالية. But the farmers were poor and they used old-fashioned methods. لكن المزارعين كانوا فقراء. مين اللي كان فقير؟ المزارعين، الفارمرز. وهم استخدموا أساليب قديمة. مين هم؟ المزارعين. إذن they refers to farmers. The next one, we have the word them in this line. At the beginning of October, the government decided that the island was no longer safe and the whole population of 268 people was evacuated to a nearby island. A ship picked them up and took them to South Africa. كلمة them عائدة على مين؟ ببداية شهر أكتوبر قررت الحكومة إنه الجزيرة لم تعد آمنة وتم إجلاء 268 شخص إلى جزيرة مجاورة. التقطتهم. مين التقطت؟ 268 شخص. إذن them refers to 268 people. Now, think and speak. Discuss these questions with other students. How do you imagine Irish people felt when they left Ireland for their new life abroad? كيف بتتخيل حسوا لما اضطروا يطلعوا من وطنهم؟ أكيد they felt sad. شعروا بالحزن. Why do you think 14 people from Tristan da Cunha decided not to return to their island? ليش في 14 شخص قرروا ما يرجعوا؟ Because they adapted to life in England. لأنهم تأقلموا مع حياتهم بإنجلترا. خلص صار عندهم بيت، صار عندهم شغل، تأقلموا. Now let's see the vocabulary. Here we're going to talk about numbers. Let's see. Write the numbers in these extracts from the article as words. In the 19th century, "75% of the year's potatoes." "350,000 people." By the end of 1854. In 1961 قلنا بنقرأ كل رقمين لحالهم. 19 61 1961. "268 people." "1960 and 1970. Answer these questions using numbers and words. What is twice 6,000? شو هو ضعف 6000؟ 6000 و 6000 قديش صاروا؟ 12,000. What is a quarter of 20,000? Quarter يعني ربع. نلفظ التي كأنها د مخففة. Quarter. شو هو ربع 20,000؟ 20 بتتألف من 4 خمسات. إذن 5,000. What is 50% of 2,000? شو هي نسبة 50% من 2000؟ 50% يعني النص. إذن 1,000. 1000. What is 5 times 9? شو حصيلة ضرب 5 ب9؟ 45. What is a third of 21? شو هو تلت 21؟ 7. لأنه 7 ب3 21.
Listen and write down the numbers you hear.
33,576. 33,576. 93.5%. 93.5%. 18,500,000. 18,500,000. 1998. 1998. 21st. 21st. 3/4. 3/4.
Now we have word families. عائلة الكلمة. Let's see. Complete these sentences with words derived from the words in brackets. You could check your answers in a dictionary. You can say dictionary in British English or dictionary in American English. Now let's start. My weekly are twice as much as they were last year. هون رح نحط بالفراغ كلمة earn يكسب واللي هي فعل. طبعا بالفراغ رح تجي اسم لأن اجت قبل الفعل. فشو بتصير؟ شو الاسم من earn؟ earnings. A huge earthquake caused the of Agadir, Morocco in 1960. Here we're going to use the word destroy. يدمر. destroy فعل رح نحولها للاسم لأنه دايما بعد ذا بيجي اسم. شو الاسم من destroy؟ destruction. 2. Potato crops led to mass starvation in Ireland. disaster كارثة. اسم بالفراغ لأنه إجا قبلها رقم وبعدها اسم رح نحط صفة. شو الصفة من كلمة disaster؟ disastrous. The of the world's migrants moved to find a better life. major. هون في عنا صفة رح نحط بالفراغ اسم لأنه بعد ذا بيجي اسم. شو الاسم من major؟ majority. دايما بعد ذا بيجي اسم أما قبل الاسم بيجي صفة. The people of Tristan da Cunha left because of volcanic. رح نحط act. الكلمة هون فعل. رح نحط بالفراغ اسم لأنه إجا قبلها صفة. volcanic بركاني. فرح نقول النشاط البركاني. volcanic activity. The success of the 1960s and 1970s was funded by oil. رح نستخدم كلمة economy. economy اقتصاد وهي اسم. منطلع على الفراغ في عنا the وبعد فراغ وبعد اسم. إذن شو رح حط؟ رح حط صفة لهذا الاسم. the economic success. The last one. These workers were able to find a better life and help with the of the region. رح نحطهم بالفراغ كلمة develop يطور. develop فعل. رح نحط بالفراغ اسم لأنه إجا قبل ذا. فمنقول development. That's everything for today. Thank you very much. See you in the second part.